The night was silent, the forest cloaked in silver moonlight when Adrian, the ancient vampire, saw her for the first time. She was standing near the riverbank, her hands cupped as she drank from the stream. Her name was Elara, though he wouldn't learn that until later. To Adrian, she was unlike any mortal he had ever seen. Her presence radiated warmth that pulled him closer, yet every instinct screamed for distance. For centuries, Adrian had lived in shadows, cursed with immortality and forbidden to touch or love a human. His kind's touch carried poison, for mortal skin to skin meant death. But something about Elara stirred a forgotten part of him, a heartbeat he thought he had lost long ago. Night after night, he returned to watch her from afar. She worked in the village apothecary, tending herbs and helping the sick, her compassion spilling from her like light breaking through darkness. Adrian, who had only known hunger and bloodlust, found himself drawn to her kindness. One evening, she noticed him. "You are always watching," she said softly, her voice trembling yet steady. Instead of fear, her eyes carried curiosity. Adrian froze. He knew he should vanish into the night, but the word slipped from his lips before he could stop it. "Elara," she gasped. "How do you know my name?" The vampire's chest tightened. For the first time in centuries, he had only known hunger and bloodlust, found himself drawn to her kindness. One evening, she noticed him. "You are always watching," she said softly, her voice trembling yet steady. Instead of fear, her eyes carried curiosity. Adrian froze. He knew he should vanish into the night, but the word slipped from his lips before he could stop it. "Elara," she gasped. "How do you know my name?" The vampire's chest tightened. For the first time in centuries, he felt alive, but also terrified, because the girl before him was everything he craved and everything he could never have. "Do you want me to?" Elara should have been frightened, yet she wasn't. Something in Adrian's voice felt familiar, like a song she had always known but forgotten. She stepped closer, though the vampire instinctively backed away. His movements were sharp, almost desperate, as if even the air between them was dangerous. "Who are you?" she whispered. Adrian hesitated, torn between truth and silence. "Someone who should not be here," he muttered, but his eyes betrayed him. They glowed faintly crimson, flickering like dying embers. "You're not human, are you?" Elara asked. "No," he confessed. "And for your safety, you should never seek me again." He vanished into the night, leaving her heart racing and her mind filled with questions, but Elara was not easily frightened. Over the following days, she searched the woods where she had seen him. On the 7th night, he returned. "You shouldn't," Adrian growled, appearing like a shadow from the trees. "And yet, I'm here," she said boldly. "Why do you watch me?" His silence was heavy. Finally, he admitted, "Because you remind me of what I lost long ago. My humanity." The admission cut through her fear. She should have run, but instead, she asked him to sit beside her by the fire she had lit. Though he kept his distance, they spoke for hours. She learned his name, his loneliness, and the curse he carried. When dawn threatened the horizon, he stood to leave. "If I touch you, Elara, you'll die," Adrian whispered, his voice breaking. Elara's heart ached. "Then don't touch me. Just stay." And so, their forbidden bond began. Adrian's nights became filled with a new purpose, listening to Elara's stories, watching her laugh, and fighting the hunger that roared inside him. For the first time in centuries, he found joy that had nothing to do with blood, but temptation grew. Each time she leaned closer, each time her hand almost brushed his, he felt the monster within clawing at him. Her pulse was a melody he could not ignore, and the warmth of her presence tortured him more than solitude ever had. Elara, too, struggled. She had seen the darkness in him, yet she wasn't afraid. The villagers called her reckless, whispering that she wandered the forest too often. They didn't know she met a vampire each night. One evening, she brought him bread and herbs. "I want to share with you," she said. He stared at her offering, shaking his head. "I don't eat this, Elara." "Then what do you eat?" she asked, her voice trembling with curiosity. He turned away, ashamed. "Blood," always blood. Instead of recoiling, she whispered, "And yet you resist. For me, her." Words pierced deeper than any blade. Adrian's hunger surged, his fangs aching as he fought the urge to taste the life rushing through her veins. In one swift motion, he vanished, terrified of losing control. That night, Elara cried into the empty darkness. She had felt the danger in his eyes, the raw struggle between love and hunger, and yet she longed for him more than ever. Adrian, hidden in the shadows, watched her tears fall. Every drop was agony, and he swore silently he would protect her, even if it meant breaking his own heart. News began to spread in the village, strange sightings in the woods, whispers of a creature with glowing red eyes. Hunters armed with silver blades roamed the forest, searching for a monster. Adrian knew they were hunting him. But worse, he knew Elara was now in danger for simply being near him. One night, he appeared before her with urgency. "You must stop meeting me. They suspect something. If they find you here, they will kill you. I don't care," Elara said, her voice steady. "I would rather risk everything than lose you." Her defiance both thrilled and terrified him. "You don't understand. Even if they don't find us, I could be your end. My curse, my touch, it will destroy you." Elara stepped closer, her eyes locked on his. "Then we'll find another way. There has to be a cure. Something hidden in this world. I won't give up on you, Adrian." For the first time in centuries, hope flickered in him. But hope was dangerous. It made him dream of a future he could never have doubted. As their secret bond deepened, the hunters grew restless. One evening, Elara's apothecary was raided. They accused her of witchcraft, of harboring something unholy. She barely escaped into the woods, breathless, only to stumble into Adrian's arms, though he dared not hold her. "They will kill you. Because of me," he whispered, rage burning in his chest. "Then let them," Elara cried, "because living without you already feels like dying." Her words shattered his resolve. For the first time, Adrian wondered if he should break his vow and touch her, even if it meant ending her life. The hunters closed in, torches blazing through the night. Elara clung to Adrian's presence, refusing to run. "You must go," Adrian urged, his eyes blazing with desperation. "No," she whispered. "If you leave me now, I'll never forgive you." The flames grew closer. The hunters' shouts echoed, calling the vampire's name. Adrian felt the monster inside rise, hungry and furious, ready to tear apart anyone who threatened her. But he knew if he lost control, Elara would be the first to suffer. "Elara, listen to me," he begged. "If I touch you, it will kill you. Do you understand?" She stepped closer, tears in her eyes. "And if you don't, I'll lose you anyway. Let me choose." For a long moment, the world stilled. Then, with trembling hands, she reached for him. His instinct screamed to pull away, but this time, he didn't. Their fingers brushed. A surge of power tore through them both. Pain and light collided, and Adrian cried out as centuries of darkness burned away. Elara gasped, but she did not die. Instead, warmth spread between them. A fire that healed instead of destroyed. The curse was broken. His touch no longer carried death, it carried life. Elara collapsed into his arms, breathless but alive. When the hunters arrived, they found no monster, only a man holding a girl beneath the moonlight. Adrian's crimson eyes had turned human, his fangs gone. Love had shattered the curse. He whispered against her hair, "You've saved me, Elara. You've given me back my soul." And though danger still lingered, Adrian knew one truth: he could finally hold the girl he loved for eternity.